instead of sitting there looking cute and gorgeous, come say hello. I know you want to go for it. We'll go for a walk in a minute, okay? Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from, where am I? Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, thankful Thursday. Yes, it is that week where we look back over the previous week. We give thanks for all the wonderful things that have happened to us during the week. But we should be giving thanks every single day. Waking up with a grateful heart, beginning every day with a grateful heart, ending a day with a grateful heart. It just makes things so much better and easier to deal with. So what are you most grateful for today? Let us know in the comments today. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments below. I am thankful today that the winds have not been as bad as predicted, because we are under 3 different alerts from 11 a.m. this morning to 8 p.m. tonight, and that's Pacific time. We are under a fire warning for today because of the very low humidity and the high winds. They were expecting winds today of 20 to 30 miles an hour with gusts of up to 50 miles an hour. And I was like, oh great, that means I can't have my awning out because that could easily get ripped off. So once the winds were very calm, there was like no wind this morning when we first woke up, which is what I like, because the and hits the passenger side of Sparkles, and that's where the refrigerator vents out, and you want to try and keep that area where the refrigerator is as cool as possible and in the shade, not really in direct sunlight, because then the refrigerator doesn't have to work as hard. So I kept the awning down over that for as long as I could, and around 11:30 I had to go wind her in because she was starting to get a little windy outside. But I've been keeping an eye on the trees and the winds. I haven't seen any of the gusts come through. I have not seen the trees bending to 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. So I'm thankful for that we've got through the first part of the 3 warnings. So there was the fire warning, then there was the high wind warning for today, and there was also a high wind warning for tomorrow as well. Again, from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. both days. And so does the weather have a clock where they turn around and say, hang on, wind, you can't blow yet. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you can go blow. Seriously? See the crazy stuff that goes on in my head. That's just a little snippet. Does the wind really know when it's 11 o'clock in the morning and now it can blow to its 20 or 30 miles an hour with expected gusts of 50 miles an hour? Hold off yet. It's not time yet. And then come 8 o'clock. Okay, you're going to have to stop blowing in 5 seconds. Like crazy stuff that goes through my head. So I'm thankful we did get a little rocking and rolling a couple of times throughout the day, but nothing as bad as what they were predicting. Maybe in other areas, but where we were, it was pretty sheltered. So we just have to get through tomorrow, which is going to be awesome. And tomorrow morning, as soon as the office opens, I get to run down and drop off my application form to be able to stay here for a year. They want you to do a background check, and I'm sort of like, background check, really? Okay, I guess you want to make sure, but it's just sort of like, yeah, it's a background check. They're going to be doing a background check. Yes, we will definitely go take all of that down, and I've got to pull out the printer tonight because there's stuff I need to print off as proof. So we will get that done tonight as well, which means I've got to pull the printer out again. I don't have disk space to put a printer out full time, so I just have to take it out when I need it. So I try and save up all the printing, now that I know where my cartridges are. I try to save up all the printing until I guess once they're like, okay, we've now got enough that we can print, we can clear the space off the table, we can set everything up to print, and we can go sit and relax for an hour or whatever, however long it's going to take to print. So, but of course, because of the deadline on this, I have to get in as soon as possible. And then, during my break times, I have been researching shades. There's these solar screens that you can get on the outside of your RV, which cuts down the UV like 90%. It helps cut down the heat coming into the RV as well. So I have been researching those. A lot of the places that have them are like, give us your measurements, we'll make them up to measure. You go from the outside of the frame to the outside of the frame on the outside of the vehicle, and then they add an inch all the way around, and then they send you everything to install it. I'm like, I don't want to install anything. I want them to do it all for me. So thanks to my Facebook Fleetwood Bounders group, I have a company. Their prices are pretty much the same as everybody else's. And so I'm going to be giving them a call to say, this is what I need. What do you have? What's it going to cost me? And because they're in this area, they'll be able to do the install as well. They do installs in California and Arizona. So be able to get them out. I want to see how soon it's going to take them to get out here to get stuff installed. It probably has to be custom made, so it could be a week or two wait. I'm kind of hoping that it will be in place by next week, because next week we've got, like, I was looking ahead, next week they're predicting like 5 days in a row of over 100 degrees. And I'm sort of like, and I have one AC. Yeah. That's going to make it a very fun time, especially with walking Zeffy in the morning, because it's already going to be like in the 70s and 80s in the morning, high 70s, low 80s in the morning when we go out for our walks. And it's going to be even hotter in the evenings when we go out to walk. So, yeah, I've got to get her little booties on to protect her little paws. That's going to be fun. She hates them. Trying to get the little boot. I mean, even the dog trainer said, when I said, how do I get them to put booties on? And she says, get baby socks and practice with that so they get used to that happening. Yeah, you should see with the baby socks. It's like this foot out here, this foot out here, this one does this. And yeah, so she's walking along shaking, trying to get them off by shaking, and then she sits down and pulls them off with her teeth. And I'm like, no, leave them on. So I try to distract her with other things like treats and doing tricks and all that sort of stuff, getting her used to wearing them. But yeah, let the fun adventures begin with Zeffy and booties. But I got to protect her little paws. I don't want her paws getting burnt on the asphalt out there. So I got to protect her. Some of those little stone areas, even though they're white or blonde or tan or whatever, they get pretty hot too. So I've got to protect her little paws. She may not like it, but it's either that or yeah. Yeah, I just don't want her burning her little paws. So we've got to get that all taken care of as well. But anyway, so that's what's happening and everything else, and so I'm super excited. I'm going to have to call up the screen company tomorrow, because by the time I found their site and their information, that was after 5 o'clock. Or it was close to 5, because I had to be on a call at 5 o'clock. And I thought, damn it, I don't have time to call them. When I found their site, I was like, I don't have time to call them because I've got to be on the call at 5 o'clock. So I've noted the hours for tomorrow. So in my lunch break tomorrow, I can call them and see if they can help me, what they can do, and all that sort of stuff. Because if we can get the shades on as quickly as possible, that is going to help a lot with not having to, especially with the air conditioner. It's going to help the air conditioner run more efficiently and keep the insides a lot cooler as well. So the upsides of living in an RV, you got to take these things into consideration. And a lot of the houses around here, all the park models and stuff, they have these screens on their windows as well, because it helps keep the insides a lot cooler. So anything I can do to help cool down the inside. The other thing I got to do is get out my reflectors. This weekend I'm going to get out. Sorry, she's playing with a ball, or attempting to anyway. And she does weird contortionist things with her body when she's playing with a ball. It's interesting. The other thing I have to do too is get all of the cupboards that are on the outside, which is all of them. I've got to get the reflectors up in there, especially the ones that are against the ceiling and the outside wall together, because that will help cool down those cupboards as well. And some of them are my pantry cupboards, so I don't want cans exploding or overheating or stuff like that. So it's not fun, especially when you open a cupboard like above the fridge there. And you open it to get out, like, I opened it the other night to get out some dried apricots so I could make my little charcuterie board for dinner, and it was pretty warm in there, and I'm like, dang, that thing's hot. So I've got to get the reflectix out to line my cabinets, and I think I have enough left over that I can go through and do the cabinets that I need to do. And even the bathroom cabinet, the one underneath the sink, I've got to do that one as well, because you can see the condensation on the inside of some of the bottles of stuff, that cleaners and things that are sitting in there, where they're getting a little warm as well. Great. So yeah, there'll be some installation going on this weekend to help keep the inside as cool as possible. Zeffie may lose her window because I might end up putting reflectix on her window, especially from the morning times. So anyway, but some of the things you got to think about when you own an RV. What do I do when it gets hot? How do I keep cool? Things like that. So yeah. Anyway, that's us for today. I will report back to you tomorrow evening about how we got on with the shade people, and when they're like to be able to come and install. She just ran down the RV, put her feet on the ball, and went across the floor. She's a crazy dog. She's got a lot of energy. We're going to go expend it, and hopefully one of her friends is out so she can do some wrestling with one of her friends like she got in this morning. She got some good wrestling time in this morning with Cheyenne, and Cheyenne is a full-grown German Shepherd who likes to bark. Mother does not like Cheyenne barking, and so Cheyenne, if Cheyenne keeps barking too much, she gets taken home. She doesn't get to play. She gets taken home instead. That's her punishment. And sometimes I think, well, maybe she's barking to get away because she really doesn't want to play, even though she wants to, she doesn't. So, I don't know. But there's a cute little Maltese, what is that? Maltese and something else mix. And it's like 5 months old. It's this soft, cute little ball of mainly brown with little faint white spots on it. It's got these little white paws. The cutest one, it's called Ginger because that's basically the color of its fur. And Zeffie loves playing with Zeffie. And I can see Zeffie's going to get, and I keep going to a gentle. There was something that Ginger did where her mother told her no, so Zeffie goes up and just taps her on the top of the head and say no, like reinforcing she's a little enforcer, this one. She will actually put other dogs in line. Did I tell you what about the Chihuahua? This Chihuahua took a turn and got nasty with Zeffie, and before anybody could blink, Zeffie had the Chihuahua on its back, had her chest pressed to the Chihuahua's chest, and had her muzzle just far enough away from this Chihuahua's face that the Chihuahua head up high enough to get hold of her muzzle. And it was like that fast. It was fast. Because we're all standing there. We're just all like, what just happened? And then I'm sort of like, oh, I better take my dog off top of their dog. Because their dog was like snarling and snapping. And Zeffie's just like on top of this dog. And her butt's up in the air. Her chest is pressed against this other Chihuahua's dead. And her feet are spaced so that the dog couldn't get to her legs either. So her muzzle and her feet were far enough away from this Chihuahua that's wriggling underneath her, where its head could not get anywhere near any of Zeffie, could not get anywhere near Zeffie's legs or muzzle in order to attack it. And Zeffie was just like, stay quiet. And then when we were over at Mesa for a while, it was funny there because there was this little Welsh Terrier, and it would bark at everything, and the owner would always tell it to stop barking. And so him and I are standing there talking one day, and his dog starts barking, and Zeffie trots up to it, whacks it across the back of the head, and walks away. And Jack just sits there like, what just happened? And Jim and I look at each other and just cracked up laughing. And Zeffie just walks away like, I told him. So she's a little disciplinarian with other dogs. If they do things they're not supposed to do, she puts them in line. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to go take Zeffie for a walk. Yes, I'm getting glared at, getting the look. It's like that thing again. She's really funny. I pull out the phone and she'll go run into the other room now. She doesn't like having a picture taken. But anyway, have a super fantastic sparkling evening. Tomorrow it is Fun Friday. So tomorrow you get to hear about our picnic that we did this week. And we get to pull another thing out of our fun tin. So tomorrow you get to hear about the picnic that we had. Yeah, it was a picnic. You'll find out about our picnic tomorrow. But have a super fantastic sparkling evening, and we'll catch you back tomorrow.